Want to grow on TikTok? Join our agency for support with expert mentoring, stream protection, and audience growth. It's time to level up. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to join today.
Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with Queensberry Promotions. Frank Warren. Frank, we just witnessed the press conference between Joe Parker and Fabio Wardley. What did it take to get this fight over the line between the two of them?
What did it take? Not a lot, really. It made itself, Eamon, by the fact that that Usyk was out for 90 days, having got permission from the WBO because of because of his injury. And cut a long story short, Joe wanted a fight. He's the WBO interim champion. Fabio, who's the interim champion of the WBA, he wanted a crack at the title as soon as possible. Now, when somebody's holding the four belts, as Usyk does, that means there's no unification, so that doesn't get in the way of any mandatories. All the mandatories are all panned out. Who's next? Next one is the BO. So Fabio wanted the fight because he feels he can jump the queue rather than waiting maybe up to 2 years, because Alex doesn't fight more than twice a year. So that's what happened. So it's quite easy to make. Once we sorted the money out, it was done. They're two fighting men. I think they've said what they're all about. The fact that, and I believe it will happen. As soon as that first bell goes, they're going to just come out, walk forward, letting their shots go.
I know you can control most of the heavyweight division outside of Oleksandr Usyk, but the usual say-so in boxing is to position your fighters in the rankings and then have fights and go for one of the belts, but you put these two together. Was there the thought process that maybe you might separate the two so there's two bites at the cherry?
Well, we got actually the four belts, all the mandatories are with us. So the fact is, it's a fight. We want to deliver. We want to deliver for them. And as I say, this fight's all or nothing. The winner will fight for the four belts, or if Alex doesn't or vacates, they will be declared the champion. So it's a no-brainer.
Considering your history in guiding fighters' careers, Fabio Wardley, a lot of talk about that fight he had with Justice Hooney. He got the victory, but Frank, when you're talking about a fighter who might be in for a world title, how much do you think it might have taken out of him?
I don't know. I mean, he was getting outboxed. It wasn't his night. He was well behind. He showed what he's all about and pulled it out. He's not. I think you've got to look at his career. He's had 19 fights, no amateur fights. Some of what I keep saying, these white collar fights. So it's not like he's got miles on the clock. And he's quite articulate. He's quite there. He believes in it. He's a very intelligent guy, and he genuinely believes that he can win this fight.
Talking about Oleksandr Usyk, there was a video that surfaced of him dancing, using every limb of his body. It seemed to create what was a beautiful dance, to be fair, Frank. But the issue was that he asked for an exception for his mandatory because of a back injury. When you saw that video, what was your reaction to seeing that and the issue of a back injury?
Well, I didn't think he was as good a dancer as you said. Look, it is what it is. Once they've done it, and they get another medical done. We can all sit around screaming the house down and waiting, but there's no way he's fighting this year, so it's up to Joe. You either wait the end of 90 days or not. And he's a fighting man and he wants to fight. He hasn't fought since February, and he's made it very clear what he wants. And what he wants, we've delivered.
Do you believe the winner does fight Oleksandr Usyk, or do you think he vacates?
I don't know. What I do know, whatever happens, the winner is going to fight for the four belts, or he's going to be champion. Ain't bad position to be in.
What's the expectation for the undercard for October 25?
It's very good. We've got a good undercard. We'll be announcing that hopefully next week.
Let me get some of your thoughts on other Queensberry fighters. First of all, at the top of the tree, Daniel Dubois. I believe you had that meeting with him and his team. Yeah. What was the outcome of that meeting?
The outcome of the meeting is that we know where we're going and we're moving forward. And he's injured at the moment, but hopefully he'll be out. We're trying to get him out by the end of the year, but I don't think it'll be till January now.
The rumour is that he might be in with David Adelaide. How true is that?
Nothing's been done. Nothing's been sorted out. He will fight somebody from the top 10.
The other report is that he's linked up with trainer Tony Sims. Is that the case at the Matchroom Gym?
That, at the moment, I don't know. There's been no announcement made yet about who he's going to train him.
Would there be any issues with him joining what's considered the Matchroom Gym, given he's a Queensberry fighter and one of the leading lights?
At the end of the day, he's a Queensberry fighter. He has a contract with Queensberry. We've guided him really well. We've presented every opportunity for him, and we'll continue to do so.
The other thing that was a subject of contention after the fight was that pre-fight party that happened. I imagine that was a subject that was discussed. What was the outcome of discussing that with him and his team?
We discussed it, and we know what we're doing moving forward.
I imagine those sort of parties won't be happening again.
He knows what's expected of him, and his team know what's expected of him, and we move forward.
In terms of Moses Atama, moves forward after the back of defeating Dillian Whyte. First of all, Dillian has said he wants to continue. Have you had that discussion with him as to what his course
I
is?
spoke to his manager here this morning, and he said he wants to fight, so we'll sit down with him next week.
And Moses Atama out in December?
He will fight in December against a top 10 ranked opponent.
Hrgović is believed to be rumoured around him being the fight.
I'd love to make that fight. I'd love that fight to happen.
Is he ready for that sort of step up against Hrgović?
I think he's ready now to fight anybody in the top 10.
One thing that you've pitched for him, I remember in one of our last interviews, was that you said that maybe Moses Atama should take on Anthony Joshua, who's rumoured for a fight in Africa. Have you pitched for that?
It won't happen because they got the same trainer.
Under the circumstances that he wasn't with the same trainer
He
you.
wasn't with a trainer, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But they were the same trainer.
Shame, it would have been a great fight. Just a couple of other things, Frank. First of all, a big fight coming up this weekend in the form of Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. How do you see that one going?
Look, these two guys have been great servants of boxing. They're generational great fighters. I always go with a good big one will always beat a good little one. And I think the weight should make the difference unless one of them's deteriorated. Unless he's deteriorated, Canelo. I mean, his last fight, I know the opponent done what he should do, for his style. He went out there and frustrated him. And that's what it was. And, they're at that age where one can go like that. One can go. And by the way, I don't think that Terence looked great in his last fight. I thought, he won it, but there was nothing in that fight against Madronov.
Madronov, yeah.
Yeah, Madronov. There was nothing in that fight, and I felt, both of them. They're at that age now where one of them could go like that. But I just feel that he will be too big for him.
Very, very final thing. I know that Queensbury are sponsoring the Team GB World Boxing Championships in Liverpool. You got your eye on any of the talents? Odo Kamara doing really well. Chantel Reid as well through to the next round.
Lots of them are doing well. We've got our eye on all of them. That's the business we're in.
Cheers, Frank. Appreciate it.
It's a great event.
Thank you.